2026, I really want to take, social media seriously. It's something that I used to be very passionate about, something I was procrastinating on, but something that I know is something that I want to do because it reaches you out there to so many people. And with that being said, it goes back to the goals that we set every single day or every single year or every single month in our lives where we want to do certain things, but we actually don't act towards it. Does it help us to progress? No. Does it add to our life? No. Does it help us to grow? No. Does it help us to reach out to whoever or whatever goals that we have? Or does it even please God? Absolutely not. And with that being said, I was like, okay, as I entered into this year, I was like, God, I really need my life to count. Because, as a young person, it's a lot of times that you look back in your life or even throughout the year, you hear this person passed, that person's no longer living and stuff. And it dawns on you to think like, oh my goodness, they were so full of life. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, that's so sad. And yeah, it is sad. But then you start thinking to yourself like, okay, what have I done in this life? What am I doing in this life? Is my life pleasing God? Is my life adding value to society, to community? Those visions and dreams, those things I said, that business I said I want to start, those things I said I'm going to do, those books I said I want to write. And I'm sure many of you have heard this statement that was said. I heard it from Miles Monroe. He said that the grave is like the wealthiest place on earth, where books that were never written are there. People that were called to be billionaires, business that never was started, they're still there. And I was like, okay, this is actually sad because we're never becoming the people that we were created to become. Why is that? A lot of distraction in our life, a lot of excuses, a lot of procrastination, etc., you name it. So for me, my prayers I started this year, I said, God, I really want to live a life where my life counts for the kingdom of God. I want my life to count for you. I want my life to count for the kingdom. I want my life to count for my family. I want my life to count for my life so that I can be proud of myself, so that I'm not just living a life where I'm inspired by other people on social media or people that I meet in real life and I just say, wow, it's very inspiring, but I myself am not adding up to actually level up. So yeah, we can fast. I'm sure everybody's fasting January. Yes, we can pray. But are we doing what we need to do and actually activating by doing the work and trying to push ourselves and actually having accountability partners, people that we're accountable to, and pushing ourselves to become everything that God intends for us to become? So my question to you that I want you to think for yourself today is that, is your life counting? Make your life count in 2026. I'm not saying you're gonna die. You'll make it by the grace of God. We're all gonna make it alive December 31st, 2026. But let's make our lives to be useful for God, for the kingdom, and not just live a life where it's just me, myself, and I, and my family. Yeah, it's great to do that. Yeah, you're living in purpose in some way, but it's so limited because God has not created you to be limited. He's created us for a greater gain, for greater glory, for a greater purpose. So may our hearts actually be after this video. I hope it inspires you to really just sit down with yourself and actually say, Lord, I'm not just going to be ambitious about my business. I'm not only going to be ambitious about my family and my weight loss goals, but I'm actually going to make my life count because you made me for a purpose. Am I living for that purpose? I want to live for that purpose and become everything that you have called for me to be. So, the homework. Let's make sure that we're going to work on that homework. So please keep me accountable. Even in 2026, if you're finding me not posting content, be asking, Ms. Davis, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Because honestly, on a serious note, we want to make our lives count in 2026. So I guess the theme of the year, we're going to name it Make Your Life Count. So if we're making content, if we're sharing videos, sharing scriptures out there in our group chats or whatever with our family, let's make our lives count. Especially for us Christians. For God, for His kingdom, for our families, legacy, and for ourselves. So may God bless you, and yeah, let's make our lives count, 2026.